People always ask me this, whether you are an introvert or an extrovert, especially at weddings or commercials, most importantly weddings. And that question in itself made me nearly quit videography. Hi guys, hope you're well. So it's Mateen here, back with another video on TENET Productions, and today we're going to be talking about introvert versus extrovert, and it's something that has been on my mind for quite a while actually. I needed to do a video on because these questions, especially from your locals, they come up to you, they ask you these questions, whether you're an introvert or an extrovert, how long have you been doing videography, the general questions. Oh, that's a nice camera, what camera you've got? And yeah, so one of the most important questions was the introvert versus an extrovert. So when I started videography, I thought like being quiet was a weakness. I wasn't really the loudest in the room. If you guys know me from a personal level, if my friends are watching this, you guys know that I wasn't the loudest in the room, and I didn't have much direction. So when I'm filming, I didn't really shout for direction, saying do this, do that. But then I noticed something different. I was capturing moments others were missing. The pauses, the nerves, the real stuff actually. So that's when I realized, guys, that being an introvert wasn't holding me back. It was sharpening my eye. It was making me see things that other people don't see. So I'm gonna be quite real and raw, guys. So being an introvert content creator has a hidden advantage. We don't force moments, we wait for them. We read the room, most importantly. We notice the body language. We sense when something is about to happen before it happens. And that's why so many amazing wedding films come from quiet shooters, because emotions doesn't need direction, it needs space. So here's the other side where no one actually talks about. There are moments where silence kills energy. And I'm gonna say that again, there are moments where silence kills energy. So when the couple's stiff, when the room's awkward, when the time is running out, especially in a wedding because it is a one take, you're only there for a limited time. You're only there for the day. The couples have only hired the venue for the certain day. Time is of the essence. That's where extrovert energy wins. I'll be straight with you guys. That's where extrovert energy wins. So being able to step in, to give direction, to show a little confidence within yourself, that is a skill, honestly. I don't care what anyone says, that is a skill. And if you don't have it naturally, guys, you have to learn it. So me, myself, I'll give you a personal story. Growing up, I was an introvert, a massive introvert. Like I wasn't, unless you knew me on a personal level, I'm there, I'm open, I'm funny, I'm there, I'm bubbly. But then when I'm in a crowded room, when I'm in a big environment where I don't know where I am, when I'm not comfortable, I'm the quietest guy in the room. I'm so quiet, but it can be a good thing when I'm quiet, where like, if I'm filming a wedding, I notice that it's a massive issue, especially in Asian weddings, whereas you need to give direction. English weddings included, where you need to give a lot of direction to the couple, a lot of direction over to the family. This is something that they've never done before. They've never filmed, they've never been filmed. They don't do this on a daily basis. They're not a model or an actor. They need direction, and that's where I come in with my extrovert skills to oversee. And that took some time, guys. It didn't happen overnight. It took a lot of time working with amazing freelancers, amazing videographers in the industry, helping me bring out the confidence that I have inside, because I felt as though if I said something, I would say something wrong. But over time, you build that confidence. Over time, you have the confidence to speak up, to say, okay, guys, hang fire. Let do this. Let the bride and groom make the entrance first, then you can do your entrance. A sense of direction shows that you know what you're doing, and it gives reassurance to the client that, okay, I'm glad we booked so and so. So let's talk about the switch. Something that it might sound a bit scary. So it might sound a bit like, okay, yo, this guy's a bit of a psychopath. So basically a switch is when you switch from being an introvert to an extrovert, or vice versa. Most important thing I've learned in being in the industry of weddings as well as commercial is to be adaptable, to know, to read the room, like I mentioned previously, to know what is happening. So let's say, for example, if you're an Asian, you're going in a wedding and there is a rukhsati. And rukhsati, basically, for those that don't understand what a rukhsati is towards the end of the wedding, on the barat day, on the day of the barat, on the day of the groom arriving to the bride, is when it's a tradition where the bride is getting ready to leave her family, and it's a very, very emotional scene. And I've seen it firsthand, and I've worked as a freelancer for many other videographers, where they force it, they direct it. And for me, on my weddings, on my shoot, I let the camera shoot. I let the emotions and everything. I don't give any direction. I be the introvert. I just hold the camera and let the family come and meet her, because it is a very, very emotional moment. Whereas I see some videographers, on the other hand, they are loud, direct. Okay, leave. You know, I'm not over exaggerating here. It happens. But for me, guys, relating to the family, relating to the bride's father, it's a very, very tight emotion. The last thing they want to hear is the wedding videographers and photographers shouting at them. They wouldn't want that. It's a very, because for me, I'd want them to have a special moment, and I let if they want to take the time, they can take the time, and then eventually they would come out the venue and meet the groom, and the groom would take the bride. But that's just one example I could give for being adaptable to a situation, especially on a live shoot. So I just want to say, guys, if you are a content creator and you are doubting yourself in this industry, don't. Whether you're an introvert or an extrovert, you don't need to change who you are, guys. That's number one. You don't need to change who you are. You don't need to expand who you are. What I would say is learn how to read the room, learn how to observe certain scenes, certain things, and most importantly is learn when to lead, because you know yourself with the experience you're building as a content creator or a videographer in the wedding industry. You know when it's time, like time is of the essence. You know when it's time to put your foot down and show the clients, okay, time is of the essence. That's it now, I'm taking control. So guys, if this has helped you in any way, if my story has helped you in any way to describe what an introvert and an extrovert is, please subscribe. Drop a comment if you enjoyed this video, and share it out to a friend that is a content creator, wedding or a videographer in the wedding industry. Most importantly, if you want any more insights on behind the scenes content and stuff like that, let me know in the comment section below. Guys, take care, stay safe.